Christmas is not but a few days away, and I personally, it's my favorite time of the year. You can see in the background, got a couple of decorations. That's just a small sample of what I have up here right now. It's my favorite time of the year. And finally, the White House has decided to decorate everything, and well, they had a celebratory video, and wow, well, I guess that's one way that we can put it. I will just play a little bit, as much as we can possibly stomach here, okay, as it was being shown off by the First Lady, and yeah, that's about enough. A bit of magic, wonder, and joy brought to you by the talented tappers of Dorrance Dance, performing their playful interpretation of the Nutcracker Suite. Enjoy. Oh, I do want to die, but anyways, we'll go for a little bit more. But as you can see, why this is the White House. Your taxpayer dollars at work, people. But yeah, okay. Oh my lord, what are we doing? And then you got what is that? Okay, the people in the dancers themselves. What does that have to do with Chris? Like, it's not Christmas wear. Okay, you got the Nutcracker and the tree. That's all fine, and oh my god, this just looks super degenerate. Okay, I think we probably had enough, but okay, we'll jump around a little bit, obviously. Some of the trees look nice in the hallway. Okay, it's just, why does it always have to be so ostentatious and just... Well, there's another word that's right at the front of my mind, but for simple searchability reasons, I don't want to have this video just relegated to the shadow realm where a lot of these people should end up going. But I made mention of who these people are. Dorrance Dance, and a lot of good people, man. A lot of good people are pointing out, well, you know, the difference between the two, you know, Orange Man Bad and all that stuff, even though he had a very, 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 very tasteful, very beautiful Christmas display. We don't need to worry about that, okay? We need to focus on all of these very important people that showed off the White House. The group behind the viral Biden A Christmas video is a radical anti-white group called Dorrance Dance. Who's shocked? Put your hand down. You weren't shocked, okay? On the group website, calls for defunding the police, abolishing prisons, and even quotes a Marxist terrorist Angela Davis. Is that the one who that it also did a video on, who actually has ancestors who were slave owners? Oh, okay. On the group's website, calls for defunding the police. Oh, right. I already read that stuff. It's already just so insufferable. The site has an entire section dedicated to anti-white literature. But yeah, of course, like, is anybody surprised? Anybody surprised at this? Where to spend your money? Black-owned businesses. We buy black. Okay, well, somebody's got to, because normally there's not a lot of buying, but there is a lot of walking out with merchandise. It's so weird, but okay, so that's all the stuff that you need to do. It just seems like so much, okay? I just came here for a dancing show. I don't need to be lectured to, but it's actually even worse. And shout out to Jeremy Carl. I don't know who you are, but you did a good job of putting this thread together to really illustrate just example number 8365 of the Biden administration just throwing their hat in the ring with some insufferably terrible people. Remember, one of the first public interviews that Joe Biden had as president was being conducted by, oh, let me check my notes again. Oh, Dylan Mulvaney. Right. Not 0.01% of the population, but being vastly overrepresented at the White House. Very strange. Okay, a thread on Dorrance Dance, the dance company that produced the Hunger Games vibe video. Yeah, I don't really like the whole vibe thing, but okay. That Jill Biden shared with the world. Did you think, sweet summer child, that the group was featured by chance? Dorrance has radical, anti-white, racist, and anti-police politics. Big shock on that one. They feature petitions on their site to, among other things, defund the police, stop ICE from poisoning immigrants. What? And a variety of other far-left causes. Yeah, that's just wild, man. What the hell are you doing? Of course, they also support prison abolition, right? BLM and National Lawyers Guild, whose members are so deeply aligned with the Communist Party during the Cold War that NLG was credibly accused of being a communist front group. Oh, McCarthy didn't go far enough. Michelle Dorrance Dance's a radical white founder. It never fails, man. It never fails. It's just like the chicks that are in Congress who are the most vociferous anti-white advocates. You take a look at their spouses and wow, whiter than the neighborhoods that they live in. It's amazing. Touts the never-ending struggle against systemic racism and white supremacy. Discuss her passion for revolutionary thought and how deeply embedded white supremacy, racism, and colonialism is in our culture. Fantastic. So what do we have right here? Okay, so what does this mean in practice? Well, the site prominently features a quote from Angela Davis, former Communist Party vice presidential nominee and longtime radical left-wing activist and academic. Oh, and Davis spent some time on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list. Well, yeah, of course. Shout out to the old FBI for, listing race and complexion. You don't see that anymore. Turns out Davis was good buddies with the Soledad brothers, who took control of the courtroom and killed Judge Harold Haley using weapons purchased by Davis just 2 days before. What would have ended up getting her on the FBI's most wanted list. She is the chick that has ancestors who were slave owners. Hilarious. She was acquitted by the left-wing Bay Area jury and resumed her activist career. So keep in mind, for the left, there are no coincidences that they about how they can radically transform the world, and that's how the Biden regime celebrates Christmas. Well, of course, man. But for a little bit more context, we'll head on over to Breitbart here and read the editorial. With her holiday video, the not a medical doctor, First Lady Jill Biden, no, she's a real doctor, trust us. She went to DeVry, has focused on the ass in class, and delivered a nightmare of smug. Yeah, man, it's wild, and I think Hunger Games is probably a very good description, which is outside of just, the sheer mental illness, the common theme running through the Biden administration. Very strange. Because I'm an overpaid professional, I had to watch the whole thing. Trust me, you don't have to. Yeah, we skipped through it, man. Okay, like, it was really bad. It was really bad, okay? A bit of magic, wonder, and joy brought to you by the talented tappers at Dorrance Dance, performing their playful interpretation of the Nutcracker Suite. Yeah, exactly. I said, hey, man, I showed you just some screenshots. I saved you the music over the top, so it just makes it look even more insane. Everything about the video is gross, including the use of our tax dollars. Of course, man. Well, it'd be better sent, abroad to Ukraine or to our greatest allies. Oh, I'm sure we'll be told there's some White House holiday fund from private donors to wash their trafficking money, but it's still gross, especially their performances. The dancers, a term somewhat using irresponsibly, are not celebrating the season. Yeah, that was something that I immediately noticed. It's like, okay, well, outside of a couple of drunken staff parties, you don't normally see moves like that, okay? But, yeah, for Christmas, for the public, well, this is the Biden administration after all. What they do for kids, well, better left unsaid. They are celebrating themselves. Well, yeah, of course, they're the centerpiece of the Christmas decoration reveal. Okay. Oh, look at all the smug faces. Look at all their smug faces. Those marginally talented dancers. They are so proud of themselves. Well, it's all about pride after all. Come on now. They're not looking to humbly share the joy of the season or even their art like the Astaire or Kelly or Bojangles would. It's all about their self-satisfied superiority. Exactly. And dressing up as animals and flowers and gay. But it shouldn't be all that surprising when you consider what Dorrance Dance represents. For those who are investigating or have questions about white privilege, systemic racism, white fragility, and anti-racism for the very first time, the Dorrance Dance website helpfully instructs. Anti-racismforbeginners.com answers the basic questions in a very straightforward way. I'm sure it's straightforward, probably the only thing straight that's ever been associated with Dorrance Dance. There are also links to critically acclaimed anti-racism books. That's what we've showed off before, most of which would not be critically acclaimed without the white guilt thumb on the scale of affirmative action. The one that Dorrance Dance troupe itself. Exactly, man. But the one thing that I am thankful when it comes to this stuff, okay, because I can find laughter in a time of such despair. Thank you for the new soy jack. I do appreciate that, man. Like that's going to be helpful in a lot of thumbnails going forward. But some of the replies, that's kind of what I want to see on this one without having to go through, the minefield that is the X reply section. Some of the hand-picked ones. Dom Lucre, yep, gay as hell. Agree. Okay. Is everybody in the White House on drugs? Yes. Just not the ones that you were thinking about. The weather outside is frightful. The house is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it. Gift and impeachment inquiry? It doesn't quite work, does it? Hey, yo, I ain't clicking that. Might be funny, but I ain't clicking that. And Melania Trump, please help Jill. Dude, that other display? I'm just gonna say, man, as much as I appreciate the effort that was put in by, the minimum wage paid slaves and ended up putting all that stuff out so a bunch of creeps could traipse in front of it, I think the Trump era decorations were just a touch better. Just saying. And for the first time in my life, I can unironically say the Trump side of this equation was actually a little bit more understated than the Biden one, but 2023 has been wild for sure. Oh, yeah, that's better. Somebody, the unsee eye drops. Yeah, we just don't know how cocaine got into the White House. That's hilarious, man. But for as much as I love the season, as much as I might think some of those decorations are really nice, at the end of the day, and with everything that we've seen in there, for as much as I am very, very pleased with the time of the year that it is, I will never be, nor will I ever get as close to how gay these motherfuckers are. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.